Hello and welcome back to Bin Day Brewing Company, where we are here at S43 on our brew day of our first of two beers we're doing with the guys, and we're talking beer label design with Lex, the graphic design supremo from here. Talk us through rough, quick 10 seconds of your career. How did you end up here today designing?
Used to design websites, used to design app kind of things, fancy to change. Now design beer labels and gin labels. Pretty cool.
Fabulous stuff.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. Okay, let's talk first of all about how people get a good label from a designer. So if we put together a brief for you, sort of thing, what sort of things are useful if someone is briefing a graphic designer on to create something?
So there's two schools of thought here. You can either be you can go as far into it as you want and give me as much detail if you've got something in your head, or I personally prefer to work if you've got a name, a good naming convention, and I'll then go and research into that, where it comes from, why it's been called that, the beer style, and then come up with something completely different off my own back.
Yeah, wonderful. Is it better to have too much information? But what I'm saying is it good if you're very specific in what they want, or is it better, do you think, to be as broad as possible so you can do your thing?
It depends who you ask. I'm sure if you've got a really good idea on what you want on a beer label, it's better to be more prescriptive as opposed to descriptive. Me personally, as a designer, I'd rather the blank canvas. So
we're making two beers. The names, they're an East Coast IPA and a West Coast IPA, and they are going to be called Pacific Days for the West Coast one and Atlantic Nights in this. And S43 guys gave me a template for the design brief sort of thing, and I put it in, and I think I kept it fairly vague.
It was great
for it sort of thing, and I think it's worked really well because I absolutely love the designs. Talk me through the process in coming up with the designs for the cans.
So basically, again, obviously started off reading through the brief sheet, read through your thoughts, what you were looking for, read through the beer style, which obviously that's quite important when figuring out how a label should look. And to be honest with you, I kind of went through Google Maps on the east and west coast of America. Don't ask me where, because my geography is horrific. And just tried to find some nice little places that I thought would work well as sort of like a baseline for a beer label. Found a couple of nice places that visually look good, and then just kind of took it from there. Just took a few little bits of inspiration from here, and then amalgamated them into one label.
When we were discussing the names, we got quite excited by this pairing because we did think it would give good options for graphic design and all this. Are there projects where you see the names and instantly you go, this is going to be a good thing to work on?
Yeah. There's some stuff I've really got excited about, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. It's just if something resonates with you. On the flip side of that, there's some things that you just look at and hit a brick wall straight away, and it is hard work.
In terms of choosing a graphic designer, if someone didn't have, you work in-house here at S43. If someone was looking for a graphic designer, how do they pick someone? What sort of places can they go to find one, and how do they decide who's going to be good?
In this day and age, I really don't know. There's a lot of people putting a lot of stuff out there on Dribble.
What's Dribble?
Dribble with 3 Bs. It's a nice design haven on the interwebs where people just put their pretty pictures. To be fair, mate, Instagram's pretty big now. You find a lot of really good artists posting their stuff on there. And it's all about finding someone's portfolio, looking through it, seeing if their work resonates with you, and if it kind of suits. If it doesn't, then find someone else. Find someone that does.
Fabulous. What's been your favourite beer label design for S43?
Wu-Tang Your Clan.
Talk us through it.
It is what it says, Wu-Tang. I had the sticker on the back of my phone for a while. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. There's another couple that I've really enjoyed that we're not really allowed to talk a great deal about anymore.
Because you got cease letters.
Can neither confirm nor deny that one. Shout out Mars. There is, to be fair, the new kind of style, I don't know if you've seen from our older designs to the newer stuff, we've really transitioned, and the brand's grown up now. It's got a mortgage, it's got some kids, it's looking a bit more sleek, and we've really tried to incorporate nice print finishes into the labels, which probably sounds incredibly dull, but when you've got really basic printing over here and some really, really, sexy stuff over here, it makes a world of difference when a can's on a shelf.
You see some cans with, they've got the silver background and they've got like transparent bits off the cans around there,
stuff
something like that.
Loads
There's a lot of
you
options
can do.
out there, aren't
It
there?
really is, yeah. And now that we found a printing company that we're really happy with, it gives us great looking print finishes.
What are they called? Just for anyone's looking for
Colour Scan.
Colour Scan.
Check
Shout
them
out
up.
to Colour Scan.
Absolutely legends. But yeah, it really does help the design just jump off the can.
Fantastic. All right. Brilliant. Any final tips for people designing stuff or anything you'd recommend people to do if they're looking for a designer?
Yeah. If you're looking at design and you're getting started, do what I did. You spend a hell of a lot of time in your room. Most of my teenage years were genuinely spent hunched over a MacBook trying to figure out how stuff works. YouTube's amazing. If you don't know how to do anything in life, YouTube will help. And just keep going till you get good. Everyone's got a creative spot somewhere, and you just got to find yours and go with it, man.
Terrific advice. Well, cheers.
very much,
Let's
sir.
better go back in there and help the guys brew because we're slacking outside, aren't we?
Yes,
All right.
we are.
Cheers. Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.
More videos coming up soon on the channel, so subscribe and like if you haven't already. Cheers.